Good evening, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your short take. We're going to talk a little bit tonight about why I continue to call the Republican Party the party of Putin. They are playing pocket pool with a despot, and they have been for a long time. So, this past weekend, Donald Trump made the statement in South Carolina at one of his patented, rambling, insulting, revolting rallies that if a country were attacked, a NATO country were attacked, would the United States, attacked by Russia, would the United States protect that country? And Donald Trump stated that as far as he was concerned, Russia could do whatever the hell they wanted if that NATO country did not pay their fair share of defense spending. In fact, he encouraged Russia to attack. Now, I'd like to remind everyone that this is a man who does not pay his attorneys, has not paid his taxes, and has screwed the fucking state of New York with grift. Okay? This is a man who doesn't pay his fair share ever. He has stiffed a lot of people and destroyed a lot of businesses along the way to becoming a billionaire. Okay? But let me just say something here. Let's go back and look through some history, okay? I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this. I got 10 minutes to do this. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in the body of this video on YouTube. All you have to do is go to Deb Delapiana, okay? We had Michael Flynn, Trump's national security advisor, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI about his associations with Russian oligarchs and spies. Okay? We have Paul Manafort, who went to jail because he gave polling information to Russia. And there are also some allegations, by the way, that WikiLeaks was involved in the hacking of the Democratic Party emails. He didn't do the hacking. He did not do the hacking. Russia did the hacking. It was not Seth Rich. Nobody turned over a thumb drive. That was all bullshit. Someone hacked. Someone got the emails. And I'm telling you now, I'm no longer blindly supporting Julian Assange because there are too many weird things that I'm looking at now, and I am still looking at this, so I am reserving judgment temporarily. But too many dates that coincide with Russian events surrounding the election, surrounding Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. There's just too much that doesn't look like coincidence now, but we'll deal with that somewhere down the road, because right now the big goal here is to get the Democrats elected. Donald Trump has two sons who brag all the time that they don't need money from the United States, because they have plenty of money from Russia anytime they need it. And Russia, by the way, isn't the only despot that the GOP and Donald Trump consort with. But we'll stick with Russia for one more minute because I want to state this very clearly. The GOP is refusing to fund the war in Ukraine. They're not refusing to fund the war in the Ukraine because they're pacifists. They're refusing to fund the war in the Ukraine because they want to be able to hand that right back to Vladimir Putin. And if Donald Trump is elected and the Republican Party takes power, that is exactly what happened. You will be sacrificing the people of the Ukraine, who are fighting, by the way, for their freedom, for their democracy, because Vladimir Putin isn't there to eliminate Nazis. Vladimir Putin is there to take that country back because he is a former KGB agent and he never wanted the dissolution of the Soviet Union to begin with. Get a fucking clue. Get a clue. The man is a freaking despot. Every election is fixed so that he is elected. And this is what you're going to have here in the United States if you allow Donald Trump back into the White House. I don't give a shit what the Supreme Court says. This is on you, the voters. You are the people that have 337 million people in this country. We can stop this right now, dead in its tracks in November. Okay? But he is not the only despot. They love Viktor Orban. They invite him to the Conservative Political Action Conference like he's an American and he can just come here and spew his freaking bile everywhere. We protected in Florida Jair Bolsonaro, who was being hunted by his own country for corruption after he lost the election. We let him stay here in Florida, in the land of DeSantis. The United States is now giving aid and comfort to despots. This is how far we've sunk in this country under Trump and under the GOP. Donald Trump, while he was president, hit a $19 million loan from North Korea. And we're worried about whether Joe Biden made money off Russia. You've got to be shitting me. We have so much proof, and I will put it all in this video, that Donald Trump did exactly do that. And yet we are going after Joe Biden for that. Someone explain that to me, how we actually know and have a paper trail with Donald Trump. We have links to his associations with Russian spies. And Donald Trump, by the way, it was reported by The Guardian, has been groomed by the KGB for years, for decades, starting in the 80s. They encouraged him to go into politics then. He had business associations with these oligarchs all the way up until the time he decided to run for the presidency. None of this is new news. It's all in the public venue if people choose to look for it. And yet we're worried about finding some way to link Joe Biden somewhere so we can impeach him. We had an opportunity to impeach Donald Trump twice. Legitimately, by the way, once because he extorted the Ukraine. Once because he extorted the Ukraine. When he met with Zelensky for the first time, when Zelensky was the new president, he told him he would help him with his defense if he could get some dirt on Joe Biden for him so he could win the election. You know, I can't imagine that anyone can think it's normal for this to be going on in this country. I can't imagine that anyone thinks this is a regular, just everyday election when we have a man who is a now convicted rapist and a defamer in the hole for $83.5 million. 91 criminal charges against him. Is about to lose his business and perhaps go bankrupt for how many times now? 6, 7? May never be able to practice his real estate business in the state of New York again. He's being sued by other companies for giving out false information on products. You know, there are things that are not even being reported. He has stolen documents and shared them with people who shouldn't be seeing them, like, oh, I don't know, Kid Rock, maybe he shouldn't be seeing the United States' plan for North Korea. He has stolen documents, lied, and hidden them, tried to, you know, mess up the FBI's investigation, definitely did not cooperate with the archives, hid stuff from the archives to the point where they couldn't stand it anymore, and they're the ones that got the DOJ involved. We're talking about a man who attempted to overthrow the government, a man who attempted to block the transfer of power in the United States for the first time in an almost 300-year history. And I can't believe the American people are treating this like this is just a fucking day at the beach. There is nothing normal about this. Let's not make it the new normal, because this is not okay. I will talk to you all later.